All right, this is Brian with Go Hunt. I'm gonna go over my gear list for my Colorado 2021 season. This is for the second rifle season for deer. My dad and I both have tags, and we're heading up next Friday, and we are super pumped to get out there. I scouted it 2 weeks ago and got a lay of the land, understand the terrain, kind of conditions I should be seeing there. Temperature should be anywhere from maybe low 20s, maybe a little bit lower than that, to maybe in the 60s. Should have snow, should be wet, and so I'm gonna go over my gear for this hunt. It's gonna be more of a truck style hunt where we're not taking everything in our packs and heading up the mountain. We'll have a centralized base camp that we'll probably go back to every once in a while and have more of a mobile option where we go and just camp where we need to as we find the wild game. So I'm going to jump into clothes first. For base layers, these are the First Light Fuse. They are the zip-off pants, so I use these for a couple years now. They're super nice when you need to just have a layer in the morning and you're hiking and you get too hot. You need to drop the pants and zip these off, throw them in your pack, you're good to go. I'll have these as a great option. I have some a little bit heavier weight CABELA'S X-LITE extreme cold weather system thermals. I've used these in Colorado, used them in Wyoming last year. Keep me warm. It's like my next step up for base layer. Just another option is First Light Kiln. Used this for a couple years. It's held up good. It's a merino blend, I believe. And hoodie, I have thumb holes. I'm a big layering person. I like to have a lot of layers, so this has been good. I have another Fuse top that is similar to the zip-off pants. It's arrow wool, they call it. It's been good. It has thumb holes. Just another layer. I like it. For the kind of a little bit more waffle pattern style base layer is the First Light KLAMATH quarter zip. It's been good. I've used it quite a bit. I don't know how I got this huge hole in the back. I got holes in the sleeves. I've used it a lot and I like it. For outer layers, I really like the catalyst system from First Light. I think this is my year 3 with them. They hold up well. They're fleece lined. I've used them in Arizona, used them in Nevada, Colorado, Wyoming, all over the place. They've done well. Just have one little hole in the back I need to sew up. But this will be my main outer layer. If the temperatures get really bad, if it's really wet and moist, I'm gonna run these browning pants. I don't know the exact name of them, but they're the WINDSTOPPER GORETEX pants. I used these on my Colorado elk hunt 2 years ago. Sitting in the snow, sitting in the wet, and I was fine, no issues. Stayed warm. They're fleece lined, so they're gonna be warm. Definitely not something I would go backpack in or pack in, but if I'm truck camping and I have all the luxury of having everything I need at the truck, I'm gonna take everything I want. For puffy, have kind of more the active down. This is the Brooks down jacket or sweater, I think they call it. This is more for active use. I use this underneath my catalyst. It has, I believe it's a blend of down and polyester synthetic insulation. Used it quite a bit. It does well even when it's wet, and I like it. For even heavier duty puffy, I have the Chamberlin from First Light. A lot more down. Just throw this on and show you. I'm gonna be warm, toasty when those temperatures drop. This did really well for me in Wyoming. I used it last year. For rain gear, I have the First Light options here. I used these in Colorado a couple weeks ago. It was raining pretty hard. This is the Boundary pant, and I believe it's called the Vapor Light top. Vapor, if I can get in there. Let's zip this. It's way down there. Vapor STORMLIGHT. Use this in a number of storms. No issues yet. It's lightweight, but if I really want to go lightweight, then what I will carry in my pack is the Outdoor Research HELIUM jacket. This is 6 ounces, no pockets, no pit zips, just very basic. If you want to stay dry, this is going to do the job, and you're not going to have a lot of weight. So this will always be in my pack. If I at the truck and it's coming down hard, I can pull out the heavier duty stuff, which is still pretty lightweight. For socks, I like Darn Tough, I like Farm to Feet, I like KENETREK, I like all of them. For more lighter weight, I'll run the Damascus sock. This is Farm to Feet sock. If I'm just around camp or if temperatures are high, we know we're going to be active and hiking quite a bit, I might run those. I have 2011s, which is a little bit in between the full cushion 2012. 2012 is going to be a little bit warmer. I'll alternate between those two. And then I believe this is the Alaska sock. Alaska or Glacier, one of those two. It's a warm sock, and I like it as well. For boots, I'm using the Trapper Tops from HANWAG. This is a taller boot. It's insulated, and it's waterproof. It's GORETEX. I used these in Wyoming. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. I just used these in Colorado 2 weeks ago, but I used them last year in Wyoming, full backcountry hunt, and they held up. I just did all the conditioned all the leather recently before I went to Colorado, and they're nice. I like them quite a bit. I like having a warm insulated boot. A lot of people don't, but I prefer it. So that is a lot of clothes, but again, I'm going to be truck camping. I have the space. I'm going to bring a lot of options so I can alternate and use what I need depending on what we're going to do for that day. So that's why I have so much. If it was backcountry, I would be a little more picky and not bring everything. Moving on, for gaiters, I got the Bramble gaiters from First Light. Again, this will help with snow. There's going to be brush, sagebrush, oak brush we'll be going through, but really just this will be more to keep everything dry. Be a smart move. Got this kind of bigger glassing pad. It's just I can throw it out there, sit in the snow. It works for me. I can use it at camp when I change my shoes, socks, whatever. All right, for lighting, got the trusty Storm Black Diamond headlamp. It's been around for a long time. This is like my original from 5 or 6 years ago. And I have a LEDLENSER light. This is kind of a cool light where it can adjust on its focus, and it's rechargeable. I like having a rechargeable headlamp. I don't like blowing through batteries. Again, I'm going to be at the truck. I can plug it in, charge it, not worry about it. I do have the crush light, the trusty crush light I've had for a while. Doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's nice. I like its function, nice and thin. Moving into kind of some more random stuff that's going to be in a tote out on camp. This is not necessarily going to be in my backpack. Always carry a spare set of glasses, charger for my camera. I'll have some of my Wilderness Athlete Hydrate and Recover, fruit cup. Got some hot hands in case I need them. These are so inexpensive, and you never know. You might be out there getting ready to shoot an animal and you have your gloves off for too long. You might need this to warm up. So I don't mind having a few of these. Got an emergency blanket. I'll probably throw that in my pack in case I need it. Leatherman. It's nice to have that. Got some electrical charging cords for different devices if I need to charge up at the truck. So it's just kind of like my go-to bag for kind of random stuff. For additional electronics, I have the Dark Energy. It's the original one we used to sell. I have a little updated one now. Got some paracord. I got some headphones. You never know if you want to be sitting in your shelter at night, want to listen to something, watch some video footage from the day. I like having headphones. I also like having earbuds, or just basically earplugs. So if it's windy and shelter is just shaking, a lot of noise, or someone snoring, whatever it is, I like to have some earplugs to keep it nice. I will be taking the Zoleo. I've used this last year. Super reliable, super fast texting. I've really enjoyed it quite a bit, so it's going with me. Moving along to kind of first aid. Have the trauma pack we sell in the gear shop. I've added some different stuff to it. I've swapped some stuff out as well. it's good to go through and like check the band-aids. I've had this for so many years, and I had when I was out shooting, I needed a band-aid, and like all the band-aids that were in there were trash and they didn't stick anymore. So just double check your first aid kit before you go out. Got a simple tourniquet if I need that. Moving on to the kill kit. I'm running a combination of ARGALI and CARIBOU game bags. They're both great. I've used both for deer and elk, and I just have a couple of each in here in the ARGALI pack. I got the Silky Saw. We actually sell these in the gear shop now. I've been using this since I lived in Nebraska. Used it on a number of animals. If you need to cut some bones off, cut the head off, whatever you need to do. These are nice and sharp, lightweight, and durable. So definitely recommend getting a saw. Yeah. For knives, I have the ARGALI Carbon. This is an awesome knife. Used it on the last 2 elk. It's been good. I'll have a HAVALON. I think it's the HAVALON Bolt. It's good to have one of those. I personally like using a fixed blade a little bit more. Have my old buck knife, just kind of sentimental. Using this since I was like 14, and I like having it, using it on the animals I get. Do have the Work Sharp pocket sharpener. Use that quite a bit in the field. I have a couple ULINE rubber gloves. They're not bad. Little bit of insulation with that rubber. When you're dealing with wet, slimy stuff, you're going to be able to have good grip. They're a little bit heavier than a straight latex, but I like the protection, I like the warmth. Electrical tape. I do have a blade remover for HAVALON. I have the Hunter Start from CARIBOU Gear. It's not very big, but this could be a great option to throw out on the snow or the dirt. If I have, we get an animal down, we're throwing the quarters out on this versus just on the dirt. My dad used this on our elk hunt this last year, just to use it as basically his ground tarp for his bivvy. So it's nice and handy. Always got some random snacks, got some fruit snacks in there with my kill kit. Always got to have something to celebrate when you get something down. That's pretty much the kill kit. I'm going to move on to sleep system next. So temperatures probably going to get down in the 20s. I have the Western Mountaineering KODIAK bag. So that's a 0-degree bag. This thing's great bag. It's microfiber. I got it for the breathability and the warmth. I've used it a number of years, and it's been really good, especially when you couple it with a good sleeping pad. That's the key. A lot of people will get a 0-degree bag but not have an insulated pad, and they're like, "Why was I cold?" You got to have the right setup. So if we have the space, I'm in an open tent. I'm going to use the insulated Static V Lux. Use this for a number of years. It's a little bit wider. Our value is 6.5. It's going to be a little bit heavier than the typical sleeping pad. I'm not backpacking it. It's truck camping, and I like it. It's going to be warm. It's comfortable. I really do like KLYMIT. A lot of their pads are nice, durable. If I'm going to be sleeping in my bivvy, I have the Neo Air X-LITE, 12 ounces for a regular size sleeping pad. I've used this for a couple years now. It works good. It's warm. It's insulated. I like it. So depending on what's going on, if we're just driving around, we find a spot to stop and camp, I have my Outdoor Research Stargazer bivvy. I'll use that. I can just go straight on the ground, but I do have the CABELA'S fearlessly floorless ground sheet as well. It gives the bivvy just a little bit more protection. I love the bivvy. If I do the bivvy, I'm going to have the little bit more narrow THERM-A-REST sleeping pad in there so I can fit, and I'll use it. For pillow, I got a Sea to Summit Aero pillow. It's the premium, so it has a little bit more plush fleece on there. And I have Western Mountaineering Silk Liner. It's just a liner that goes inside your bag, keeps your bag clean, wicks moisture away. It's a little more comfortable to sleep in, and keeps your bag clean. That's mainly the sleep system. Another piece that's kind of along with clothes that I missed is the Western Mountaineering Flash Pants. These are down pants. think it's always good to have down pants. They don't take up a lot of space, and they're gonna keep you warm. It's got a wind stopper in the butt and in the knees. I've used this for a couple years. You gotta have some down pants. They'll keep you warm when you need it. If you're glassing, if you're at camp, you have no fire, you're sitting, it's gonna keep you warm. Moving into shelter. So again, depending on what we're doing, where we're staying, we have an CABELA'S Alaskan Guide tent if we're gonna have a base camp. If it's gonna be a smaller setup, I have a Marmot Tungsten 3-person tent. This is a great tent. I'm hoping we can get these in the shop in the future. And if I want to venture out a little bit more, I got the Silex. This is what I used when I was in Colorado a couple weeks ago. Used it with the U-turn stove, large U-turn stove, and it was super nice. But again, we have the space for multiple shelters, multiple options. We're going to use the space and just bring what we need and be comfortable in whatever situation we find ourselves in. If it's muddy and snowy on the ground, I'm not going to mess with the Silex. I might just hop in the back of the truck. I might set up the 3-person tent. So we got options. We're going to be set. A couple other pieces just for Blaze Orange. I got a basic vest I'll be using. Got the Blaze Trucker hat from Go Hunt. Blaze beanie from Go Hunt. Love having a neck gaiter. I want to keep everything nice and warm and stay nice and protected. For gloves, again, I got a lot of room, so I'm going to bring a lot of options. These are some half-finger gloves I can use as mitts, and I can pull it off when I need to shoot. I like them quite a bit. I'm always probably going to be wearing my half-finger gloves from First Light most of the time because they can fit in any other glove. They're going to keep me warm, keep my knuckles protected, keep my palms protected. I like those. And then First Light glassing mitts. So I haven't used these a lot, but when I was in Colorado, the wind was blowing hard. I was out there, it was in the snow. These were perfect. So that's the glove setup. Moving over to cooking. Again, I got the space, so I'm gonna bring 2 different options for stoves in case anything happens. I got the Jetboil Flash. I've had this for 10 years now, 10 or 11. It still goes really well. Will boil fast. And I have the Primus Light Plus. This has been a great little stove also. It's super reliable and it's been good. So again, we're gonna be way far out away from home and our gear. Just might as well bring an extra backup. I have some of the food that is some of my favorites to share with you guys for the freeze-dried. Classic spaghetti is awesome. Yellow curry, awesome. Chicken Alfredo is always good. A new one from Peak Refuel is chicken coconut curry. This one is very good. So I'm gonna get additional of these before I go out, but that's some of the main options I got. I have some other trail mix, some of the Mountain Ops protein bars. This is the Caramel Crunch. I think I like the chocolate mudslide a little more. Always want a Milky Way. Always gotta get some fruit snacks. Just some of the random snacks I'm gonna be packing, and we'll have a lot more. Again, since we're truck camping, I'm gonna bring multiple utensils. So if you've been truck camping, you only have one and you're cooking and you can't find your spoon, you are screwed. So I'm gonna bring extra, so I don't gotta worry about that. For a fire starter, I have like a blast match with the flint and steel that I can use if I need to use that. I'll have a lighter. I also have the Pyro Putty little lighter. Works good, rechargeable. Regular Pyro Putty. Got these old fire cubes I've had since I was way young. They work great. When we were making fires every day in Wyoming, in the stove, in the seek outside, I mean, those were awesome. So, plenty of fire starter, lint and stuff, but again, we'll have additional options at the truck. Moving on to optics. What I have for optics is Zeiss-Gavia. It's a 60 by 30 by 60 by 80 objective, and 85. Good piece of glass. I'm gonna have this in the truck. I also have the marsupial spotting scope cover for it that I can lash this onto my sawtooth, Mr. Ranch sawtooth that I'll be taking, and use that. You can use this from the truck. I'll step out in glass on a tripod. For the tripod that I'm using, It's the 1204 SK, a little bit more heavy duty, more stout tripod. That'll be nice in the wind. And I also, just so you can see what this is the Triclops on top. This is what I'm gonna use if I need to make a shot higher than the brush. Where we're going, it's gonna be a lot of rolling hills. There are some mountains to hike, but I think we're gonna find them in the lower stuff, and a smaller bipod might not do the job. So I'm gonna be taking this, I'm gonna have this in my pack, ready to go if we need to make a shot, elevated shot. I've used this to get my Arizona deer a couple years ago, 240 yards standing shot, fully standing with the tripod, made the shot. So this super helpful, especially if you have a good sturdy tripod, which this one will do the job. I'm practicing shooting with this, so I'm confident when I go out there and try it out. So we got, for 15s, at the Santium 15x56s from Leupold. Great option. I'll use these at the truck. I probably won't pack them with me because I'll have the spotter, but it's always good to have some 15s. For my bino harness, this is the marsupial bino harness, not the enclosed, just the original. Super clean, super easy. I love it. I have the Zeiss SF, Victory SF 10x42s, crisp, clear. For rangefinder, I have the Leupold RX 2800. It'll do just fine for what I need. It's been reliable for me. I've got a radio on the side, just Midland radio, in case my dad and I get separated, we need to talk, we need to communicate. We'll have radios. Got a little wind checker on the side, the Rocky Mountain wind checker. Probably won't really have to worry about that too much unless I'm really getting close, but that's what's on my bino harness. Also for optics accessories, I have the STABILITE from Leica. It's super easy. You put it on the top of your tripod, you can glass with your binoculars on your tripod. Makes a huge difference. If you haven't tried it, try it out. Just a couple other accessories on this side. Also going with optics, phone scope. Want to be able to capture footage. I'm always filming the hunts with my family, so I have my Panasonic FC300. Also have little Peak Designs clip that I'll put on my backpack so I can have my camera right there all the time. So it's pretty sweet. Just some other random stuff on the side. I have Leakey Micro Vario trekking poles. These ones are anti-shock. It's nice to go nice and small, and then when you're ready to use them, just pull them straight out, line them up, pull them out, and they're ready to go. I really like Leakey because of all this right here. The design where you can hold it. You have different options for your fingers. It's comfortable. The cork option is comfortable as well. They've been really good for me. Set that right there. Moving to, let me hit the backpack right quick. So I'm going with the Sawtooth. Great option, day pack. We're not backpacking in. Here's that marsupial spotting scope cover. I've used this on my Metcalf, on this, on my Beartooth. Just a great way. I'm not digging inside my pack to get to my optic, to get to my scope. I can just unclip a couple of these and pull it out. It's ready to go. I have a 3-liter bladder inside, and it's been a great pack. This is basically my go-to for day packs, the Sawtooth. One more thing, just for the truck, I'm going to be having this Yeti Hopper 30. This is great for any stuff we want to access right away. If it's bad weather outside, raining, snowing, we're stuck in the truck, we can grab drinks, snacks, whatever. It's ready to go. For weapon, this is Browning Pro Tungsten 6.5 Creedmoor, and it's X-Bolt model. So this has been a good gun for me. I have not used it on any hunts yet, but I'm super excited to. It's dialed, it's ready. I know my ballistics. I'm using the Precision Hunter ELDX 143 grain. This is a great bullet. I've killed the last 2 elk with ELDX, and it does well. I've reloaded for all these animals since I was 12 years old. But this year, no powder, no supplies, so straight out of the box, I'll be using Hornady boxed ammo, and it's doing great for me. For the scope, I have the Zeiss V6. It's a 3 to 18 by 50. I do have the bubble level right there, and it'll be good. I have the rear support here. It took me just a little bit of time to practice with this, and I really like it. I'm shooting better than, I feel a lot more confident. I'm shooting better than what I used to, because I make my own rear support with whatever things I could stack, and so rear support is definitely a good investment. On this hunt, we probably won't be needing it unless we're up on a mountain shooting down or a really flat, clear spot, but I think there's gonna be a lot of bushes, and I think I need to be taller up. So right now I do have a Harris bipod on it, but I probably won't be using that out there because of the terrain. I have a Caldwell 27-incher, so I'll be able to use this if I need to sit and do a sitting shot, get higher than the brush. I'm going to have some length there. So I've shot off it before, practiced with it. I have the Quake sling here, and little CABELA'S bullet holder here. I also really like it because it just gives me a little bit of height. So I have height better aligned with the scope and make better shots. Super excited for it. My dad's using the X-Bolt 6.8 Western this year. He's pretty pumped. He likes it. It's been shooting really well for him. All right, so this is my gear. Again, for the second rifle season, deer hunt in Colorado. We're leaving next Friday. Wish us good luck. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer. Subscribe, like this video, and keep watching. Thank you.